The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Barkley. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. And just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Play action. Now Wilson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Room here to run. Trucks over him. And he's going to wind up getting this all the way down to the Buccaneers 30. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They go play action with Wilson. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
They go play action now. Wilson. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Barkley will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense, because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Russell Wilson scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Jaguars are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. Play action, now it's Tua. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Hassan Reddick racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Jags will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Play action. It's Wilson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brandon Cooks with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Jaguars are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now. Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all three phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick six.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath, first do no harm. And right now they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor. Thank you, Dr. Davis. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. To about the 35, second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Ultra. Go ultra. Mega.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Well, since we don't have a rooting interest in this one, neither one of us wanted to see this one get out of hand too early. Here we are in the first quarter. That was an important response for them to score already down 21.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Wilson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
In motion left goes Cooks. On 3rd down, Wilson. He sets to fire deep.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Here we go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Running right through him. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
50 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. The Bucs at 7-5 now of the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Hassan Reddick able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now. And this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20.
And that one a 55-yard punt, 13 on the return.
And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Barkley inside handoff. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags 1st down. They'll go to Barkley again. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Gregory Rousseau. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. In motion left goes Cooks. Wilson. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
.157 to go in this first half on EA Sports. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory.
That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year.
And the Bucs are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've seen their 21-0 advantage cut to just 7, so time to go back to work here. 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Up the middle with Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Wilson's throw taken in there by Cooks.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. In motion left goes Cooks.
2nd down, here's Barkley again.
And a short gain down to about the 33. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. This is caught. It's Cooks. Touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes.
And the Jaguars will extend their lead here just before halftime. Coup for the extra point.
He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
Red cycle. Black shot. Ultra. Strike. Check strikers. Ready.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. And I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Hey, computer.
Tua, the final shot before half. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the 3rd quarter. And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lane.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time. Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. In motion left goes Cooks. From the 22, Wilson. And he's got his man on the out route. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Not quite enough to get into the end zone, but what a nice play there. He makes the catch, tries to turn upfield and get to the pylon, but doesn't quite get there. But they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal from very short range.
What?
Here's the sneak with Wilson. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. Wilson on the keeper. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is... And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Saquon Barkley. His 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Koo now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Okay,
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now they try the right side here. And some room to maneuver. A little juke. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line. 109 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. You see a run like that, and I don't know if that happens in week 1 or 2, but as this year has worn on, he has gotten better and better, this rookie.
And so much for the rookie wall. We always hear about guys breaking down near the end of the season. Not in this case. He's only gotten stronger and better.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great effort there. 30 yards.
And the Buccaneers are able to cut into that deficit. Well, he was already over 100 yards running the football prior to this play, but this run may be his best yet.
I've got to agree with you on that one. We're looking at a guy running with extreme confidence, running in harmony and sync with his blockers. All of them kind of moving as one. And look at the end result. Big plays.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Gregory Rousseau able to bring him down.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
In motion left goes Cooks. From the 17, Wilson.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. Now Wilson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that's going to make it 4th down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the 3rd quarter from Tampa.
And now here's a carry heading left. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Looking to pass. Tua. And he will find his man on the outside. There he goes, right side. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. A big play there. 75 yards.
And the Bucs are back within a score.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in.
And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30.
It's a big play for the Jaguars. 46 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. They'll run it again with Barkley, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Jaguars.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Jaguars add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
With the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
After the sack on 1st down, Tua. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Saquon Barkley with career touchdown number 60.
And the Jaguars extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here we go.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
On 1st down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. Throwing on 2nd and 14.
Tua.
And he's got his man on the out route. This offense so far on third down, they've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end.
Here we go, Pat. 10 cycles.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
White.
Tua now on 1st down. And my goodness, another interception. Jonathan Abram picks it. And the Jags are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. And he's got room. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. In motion left goes Cooks. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And that's complete to Cooks.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Wilson. It's Kelsey on the ground. Touchdown, Jaguars. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now.
And the Jags have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Back to the air on 2nd down, Tagovailoa. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Now Tua. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Hassan Reddick. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
To try again after the sack. Tua. Under pressure, they got him again. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Tua. And the pressure gets to him again. Hassan Reddick. The offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.